listeners, and welcome back to the Skylight Books podcast series. You're here for another Better Than the Movie. Better Than the Movie is the monthly series we do where three booksellers get together with a talented guest to discuss movie adaptations of books. I'm your co-host, Justin Remer.
I'm Allan Traylor.
And Tyler Austin has issues at his home with electricity, so he's out, but he said he would record a voice note again.
We'll see.
Yeah, well, he did record one for the last episode, which, if you listened, highlight of the episode. And today's episode, we're actually setting up where we got a screening as part of Friend of the Fest with the American Cinematheque at the Los Feliz 3. We're having a screening on August 22nd. That's a Saturday, 10:15 p.m. The three of us will be introducing My Brilliant Career, the 1979 film directed by Gillian Armstrong, based on the novel by Miles Franklin. And with us doing the intro is Allison Smith from Smith & Taylor Classics, who have recently republished My Brilliant Career in a very attractive edition that has a very removable sticker on the cover. And Allison is here with us today. Hello. Allison. Thank you.
Hello. Hi. Hello. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's been a minute since you've been on the show. Mm-hmm. Was Halloween Party the last?
Kenneth Branagh. Spectacular.
We did Halloween Party and we did another one, and I can't. Did we do two?
Yeah,
we did do two.
This is you're a three-timer now, but
yes.
Oh shit! What was the first one?
There was.
Oh God.
Oops.
Yeah, because it was Murder in Venice / Halloween Party, and then...
If you can tell us, dear listener, we'll give you our thanks.
Our brains are broken. Yeah. Anyhow, so obviously that's why we brought you on to discuss My Brilliant Career. Also, coincidentally, today, the day that we're recording, which will be a week from now, a week ago from when you're listening, Netflix has released a 6-episode version of My Brilliant Career, which I watched 3 minutes of. Allison, you said you watched most of the first episode?
I think I got to the end of the first episode against my will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like too good?
No, unfortunately. But we'll get into that. It's very different, and I don't know if it does it better for it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My take on the first 3 minutes of what I saw was just it felt like less good Bridgerton.
Yeah. The second they're splashing in water during a supposed
drought,
devastating drought,
right?
I was like, oops.
Yeah, oops.
That tells me everything I need to know now.
Yeah, different flavor.
The water lets the shirtless male pop a little bit more. So
of course, because that's what this book is about.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because the 79 film, which is what we're comparing to, has a great water moment, but it's because there hasn't been water in her life.
Exactly.
I mean, none ever, but she's been living in
big drought.
So the republishing of My Brilliant Career is part of Smith & Taylor Classics, which is a series that you oversee. And could you explain to our listeners what the deal is?
So I co-founded Smith & Taylor Classics as an imprint of Unnamed Press. They're located here in L.A., and I started it with Brandon Taylor. He's the author of Filthy Animals, or most recently was Minor Black Figures. And we were working as editors for Unnamed Press, acquiring titles and having meetings and kind of, doing editor publishing stuff. And we would continually kind of hijack the staff meetings with our continual just passionate discussions of all of the classic novels that we love reading. Mm-hmm. Brandon's kind of known for being a Mansfield Park stan, and really loving Anna Karenina. He's done forewords and introductions and things for so many Penguin classics, Edith Wharton's, all of that. And I got my master's in 18th and 19th century literature. And so it's just always been a huge part of my life and a huge part of Brandon's, and we really came together with friendship and just passion for all these old weirdos. And that energy eventually was channeled into this new project idea of starting a classics line, of taking open domain kind of free texts that have, gone past their copyright, at least for now, and republishing them, giving them beautiful covers, giving them beautiful roomy typesets, and just like there are so many ugly books out there.
Oh, yeah.
So many ugly covers, so many just like garbage typesets they're just kind of pumped out POD, print on demand.
It looks like someone was like, let me print the internet for you at a very ugly point or font.
And like there are beautiful like classics out there with like Penguin or like McNally. Like they're real publishers doing real reprints, but there are just so many titles that Brandon and I loved that don't have that treatment. And so we started doing that with Edith Wharton. And in that spirit of like our conversations that would just kind of derail all the work around us, we pair up kind of esteemed readers from any background to have a conversation themselves. So at the end of each novel, you'll read the novel and you'll be like, oh, I need someone to talk about this with or something like that. We've kind of created an avenue for that where you get to dive into a conversation two real people had live. And I edit those conversations to like read more.
Yeah, sure. That
read
makes
more
sense.
Smooth.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the difference from like a stuffy academic introduction or this is a text for school or things like that. We want to make it open and breathable and accessible for all kinds of readers.
That's really cool.
Thank you. Yeah. Academic or otherwise. And so our hope is that these like more casual but like deeply informative conversations can really enrich a reader's experience without kind of talking down at them or expecting them to understand the entire context of the English Empire or, things like that.
Like Norton edition type shit?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I love a Norton. Don't get me wrong. I love a Norton. But sometimes you just want to read the book as it was published and live in that mode. So that's Smith & Taylor, and I get to pour all of my very particular needs in a paperback, which is such a blessing and a privilege to be able to usher out into the world. So you get nice, beautiful paper stock and nice creamy paper and removable stickers for marketing purposes only.
Yeah.
So if you don't like Netflix, you don't need to look at it. You can collect all of our beautiful little colorful books.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is the images are striking, so it looks great. And as you were saying, like it generally feels they have good hand feel when you're holding the book. Yeah. So if you're like, honestly, I need that analog thing, like
that removable sticker is that's the highlight right there, dude.
Yeah.
It's the highlight of my life.
Impossibility in publishing, apparently.
And so many people get disappointed when they realize like it's like, oh, I just heard about like small things like these, and it's like, oh, can I get the version without Reese's Book Club?
Yeah.
And it's like it's part of the cover. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And it's because we collaborated with the team at Netflix in order to be approved to have a Netflix sticker, and that's amazing. That's like the collaboration I hope keeps growing, and it's like we want to spread the word about Miles Franklin. Not just the program or not just the book, but like I want people to read this book.
That's interesting. You have to go to them?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I kind of assumed it was like a mandated thing. Interesting.
No, and if Netflix acquires it, if it's like Heated Rivalry or something, the studio will already be in conversation with a publisher and then go into that process. Yeah. But we approached Netflix because we knew that the show was coming out, and we had a book that coincided almost exactly with
it's pretty good
the show. So there's no rules against stickers or anything like that. So we need the people to rise up and revolt. And, if you want the sticker, you can have the sticker. If you want your beautiful book, you can have your beautiful book. It's about the story, not the marketing tactics. So, yeah.
Speaking of the story, so can you talk a little bit about your history with My Brilliant Career?
Mm-hmm. So I first saw the Gillian Armstrong movie, I think, in college or late high school or something like that, I think. And it was just transformative. And as they say, there's a reason she gets a beautiful Criterion DVD case and all of that. And I grew up in Chino Hills in Lake Chino and surrounded by cows, surrounded by eucalyptus trees, drought constantly. I wasn't, from a destitute family, farming in the bush of Australia. But, watching the movie and seeing this, almost perfect encapsulation of what it feels like to just feel out of place and strange and frizzy and, desperate for culture and books and literature and music and all of that, right?
Yeah.
It was just such a amazing film as a young woman to see and to know that women were directing it and writing it and producing it and acting in it, and Sam Neill is there, and
Boise ever.
Yeah. And so from there I was just I need to figure out more about this. So being able to see, I even had a pet cockatiel. So, seeing Australian parrots on the screen was important.
Sure.
So I read the book, and then I kind of put it away in the back of my mind. And then when I was doing Smith and Taylor and, trying to remember all the classics I really loved or wish I could talk to more people about, Brilliant Career came up in my mind again. And I was just okay, I'm going to reread it. And I was just again, completely blown away again. And just, it's so striking how blunt and real and strange a novel it is. It's like Anne of Green Gables, but deranged a little bit. It has that same turn of the century, new womanhood, coming of age story where you're resisting marriage, you're seeking a career, you're seeking creative expression, you're seeking, community with others who understand you and don't want to tamper you down, and all of the pain and struggle that comes with that. And then you put on top of it being a teenager and just thinking you're the most disgusting creature on the planet.
Right.
Yes.
And you just have this
She mentions it once or twice.
on each page, you mean?
Yeah, every page. It's worse to be ugly than anything else in the world. It's so relatable. You grow up and you're just you do feel like that. You look at yourself in the mirror as a teen girl and you're just am I actually a disgusting creature?
Yeah.
And then in the same breath, you'll be I'm hot shit, actually, and I'm going to do what I want. And that's Sibylla.
True.
I love her so much.
One thing that's funny about the movie is, so there's a lot of people in the book that are sort of backing her up. And it's yeah, you're not as pretty as your relatives. But there's a funny moment that...
No mirrors. Don't look into the mirrors.
That underplays that comment, but... I forget her name, but it's Sam Neill's. Is it Aunt Gussie maybe? The one with the birds and stuff. Because Sibylla, Judy Davis's character, the main character of the book, says I wish I wasn't so ugly and clever, something to that effect. And she replies, "Oh, you think you're clever?" Which is a double. Yeah. It's oh, you think you're clever, and I've acknowledged that correctly.
So rude. Pretty biting.
So many of the women in her family are just I'm with you, I get you, you need to get a grip.
Yeah.
Right.
You're gonna age out of this, I promise. Your mom causes trouble. Your aunt, isn't getting what she wants either. I'm an old lady and I'm trying to keep
It's like,
this
look,
community
none of us are
together.
happy. It's going to be like this forever.
Yeah.
Okay? Just fucking deal with it.
Marry a rich guy
Yeah.
and enjoy the benefits of being rich. And Sybil is just like, no.
Yeah.
I want it the hard way.
Yeah.
Because of my principles. Yeah. And it truly is difficult to have principles.
Yeah, in general.
I mean, I wish I knew what that was like.
It's for the best, honestly.
Got no
for the
principles
best.
Just go be beautiful and principleless.
Before we dig in too much into the story, I am curious. So does Smith and Taylor, do you have like just a backlog of classics already? Like from the jump, you're like, here's the like 70 that I'd love to do? Or
I mean, there is a list, and it is in like the 90s.
Okay.
Like
damn.
Like almost 190. We also have people who reach out, which I really love, is like encouraging people to like reach out to me and like pitch their favorite classics. I'm always asking everyone I know and work with, like, what are the classics you really love that you wish either got a new treatment or were republished in a different context? Like, we do kind of the obscure forgotten titles, like Edith Wharton's Twilight Sleep is like her 1920s jazz age drug novel in New York City.
That sounds
where
fun.
fancy ladies are taking drugs and trying to be busybodies.
Very unwomanlike.
It's and it's wild because I've only thought really of Edith Wharton in like a Edwardian turn of the century Gilded Age moment.
Sure.
Not a jazz age moment. So things like that. And then also like Wuthering Heights, or we have Jane Eyre coming. And so I want to do like a little trio of the Bronte sisters where you get Wuthering and Jane Eyre. And then I think maybe we'll do Tennant or something, you know?
Interesting.
So I have almost an endless list currently. It's just about finding the right time and the right moment and the right conversation pairing. Because my dream is always to have it expand beyond like your typical academic, your authors, your did I say critics? You know,
Bon vivants.
yeah, the kind of
the people that are
literary-
always like, champing at the bit to like, I will talk about it.
Yes.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
it's their job to be literary and talk about books and do all of that. I want to bring in like booksellers and librarians as well, and like
Salt to the earth.
scientists and I want a lighthouse book with a lighthouse keeper talking about it. Like
That'd
that's
be cool. Yeah.
that's the goal, is to like find like a book about sailing or like Moby Dick, but like with whalers and like an environmentalist or an Americanist, things like that.
Interesting,
I
yeah.
want weirdos together
Yeah.
that are maybe a little out of place, but it opens up the conversation of like real people around the world read classics, they read the stories, and it's not just like the learned with degrees like me that have to talk about them. And I want to know like what my grandpa would think of a book, you know?
Yeah, interesting.
So, yes.
Like, that reminds me because last Christmas I got the Smith and Taylor edition of Hauntings by Vernon Lee. And I think the conversation there is really interesting because it is a couple of writers, but they're not like approaching it from like, oh, this is the historiographical whatever. It's like, wasn't that a great story? Like, like that, like I don't know.
We're gay. She's most probably gay.
Yeah.
How do we really read into this Vernon lady as our writer, like a writer for us, and like paving the way for, queer environmental horror. And I love Vernon Lee.
Yeah.
And being able to like pair her with Amy Levy when they had a tryst, and they would write poems to each other, kind of saucy love poems. And just that whole kind of era of queerness in the 19th century and the turn of the century, where you could express yourself in a more bohemian manner. And it was just kind of understood. We're much more stringent now. The 20th century made it a lot harder, I believe. And we
I think
can,
it goes in waves, right?
yeah, for sure. Like we can definitely blame Hitler for a lot of problems.
Certainly. We'll never stop blaming him.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Berlin, early 20th century Berlin had a different vibe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was
almost a cool vibe, huh?
Yeah, and it was decimated. And so there is a world that exists before that you can find like in the text. It's still in there. You can still find it. So that's what I enjoy too, is digging around in that way.
I wish I had known. I would have read the conversation into this book.
Oh, yeah.
Who does the conversation?
We have Carrie Davies, who is an Australian writer, and Tina Cover, who is a translator. And she also translated recently, I believe it's called The Passionate Life of Stella something. I can't remember the big title, but it's this really big French novel from Europa that just came out.
Yeah.
And it is, so as My Brilliant Career is a fictional novel that is most likely just pulled from Miles Franklin, the author's life.
Yeah.
This novel that Tina translated is by this French woman novelizing Miles Franklin's life, I think.
Interesting.
Can't remember. You can cut this part because I'm not helping.
Sure.
But it's
no, that sounds cool.
It's like taking.
I should have read it.
It's taking all these autobiographical mysteries and just blending it again.
Yeah.
And that seems to be Miles Franklin's like legacy of everyone went crazy for this novel, and it launched her career and it made her writing career possible. And she did a lot of activism like for the people of Australia and the farmers. She at one point, one of Carrie's books is Miles Franklin Undercover, and it's about the time that she was in Chicago, I believe, and disguised herself as a servant in a hotel. And it was just like her time basically snooping on rich people in Chicago. She has an insane life.
Sort of like when Lana Del Rey was at Waffle House.
Yes.
It's kind of like that same thing, right?
So like Miles Franklin's whole life is just so mysterious and amazing. And then in the same breath, her writing career really didn't take off in the way that we would expect it to.
Yeah.
Like she's Australia's literary figure. Like they have the Miles Franklin Award, and that's like their big award for Australian writers. But like the sequel to My Brilliant Career is My Career Goes Bung. So it's like it just
Have you read that one?
a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
She has a lot. There's like
I
a
saw that it was
listen to
like
that.
lost for like a couple decades.
Yeah.
Before it was published.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then she wrote under a pseudonym, Brent of Bin Bin. I do want to read Cockatoos. I need to read Cockatoos. But yeah, there's just so much about her life that is so interesting. And I think what Carrie and Tina do really well is just like they really talk about not just like Miles the author, but like how Sibylla is just like this amalgamation of Miles, but also the kind of anxieties of the time, and like how do you build a life in opposition to so much that's against you and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's really lovely. And my favorite part is that Carrie mentions that her daughter said that Sybil is a baddie. And I think that's hilarious. Like, yes, she is a baddie. She's bratty and bad.
A bratty baddie.
And we love her.
Well, that seems like a good segue. So let's talk about this here book in movie. Although, so Allan, did you know anything about this before I was like, this is what we're doing?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
In fact, I, for a brief moment, thought it was the Ferrante book, and I was like, really?
My Brilliant Friend? Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Different
sure.
Brilliant. Yeah.
No friends.
But yeah, I didn't have, like, anything.
All right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What did you think going into it, like as you were reading it? Did you read it first or watch it first?
I started reading it at work, and then I went to an audiobook because I'm lazy.
Reading is reading.
And then I watched it today, like earlier today.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I feel like I'm in the presence of something new.
No, I don't know.
Still percolating in your brain.
Yeah, I am still kind of thinking about
The
it.
thing that's funny is since Tyler has become the synopsis guy, I'm like, well, without Tyler, now I got to think about what happens when.
It's kind of good. It's like largely very plotless.
Yeah, it's got sort of like the big sections, which we can talk to. It starts with her family. They don't go so much into it in the movie, but in the book, they have this kind of nice existence in the mountains, and then their father feels antsy and is like, "How about I sell all this and we'll take on."
I'm gonna do stocks, dude. I think I could be good at it.
I think I'm really talented.
I think
at
I
this.
might fucking nail it.
I think I'm gonna take out an enormous loan, and then I'm gonna drink myself silly, and I'm just gonna keep impregnating my wife every year.
Yeah,
that'll be
and it's
it.
gonna be a good life for me.
There's gonna be a drought where all the cattle is gonna be like so.
Yeah.
So
cows don't need water, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised that the movie is like really focusing on the later part of her life, but I was surprised they didn't spend a little more time with the childhood stuff.
It's
pretty foundational, I think.
The movie is just like a trim hour and 40 minutes.
It's lean as shit. Yeah, they're like, it's going to be a not romance. That's what it's going to be.
Like even sort of like the hardship of her life. It's expressed succinctly in the film, like you see.
Yeah, mostly through the school section, or not the school, but her teaching.
I feel like later on. Yeah. That's There's a lot to squeeze in of like her not having a good time.
Yeah.
But the movie's like, why don't we spend more time on when she's having a good time?
True. But they also
is she even having a good time?
Really hard to say in either version. But they put a lot of the conflict she has early on with her mother, with her grandmother instead in the movie, which I was already there in the book, but like they kind of merge it into one. Like the mom is just sort of like
Granny feels nicer in the book though. Like
she's way nicer in the book.
Yeah.
Which is still not saying a whole lot, but she's much nicer. But there
still has to be like that voice that's like, no, you're expected to like marry and be a lady who doesn't have a thought in her head and like.
Which I'm like, this is technically how it went in the book, but she's also like, I'm going to make sure it's not something you'll hate. Like there's a little heart in there that sort of gets lost, I feel a little bit. I don't know. It's interesting.
I think like, especially at the time when you're a woman in a certain station, especially like in this Australian colonial like cattle business context, it's like they were business women and like running the house and making sure these farm hands are fed and like they make Australia run essentially in that way, in that realm. And so it's like this idea that marrying off your daughter isn't always going to be like this horrible, horrible thing. It's what's available to you as a woman. You either marry well and use that privilege as your vehicle for the things that are in your heart and what you want to do. And it has to be a good match, because you could marry for love like Sibylla's mother does and end up with...
And her aunt.
And her aunt, yeah. And end up with someone who leaves you all of a sudden, who, drinks away all of your money and, gets into horrible debt and doesn't actually take care of you. And so there's this, like, constant push and pull with, like, love and human dignity and desire, and then just the stark, like, financial class reality of like what you need to survive, especially in Australia where it's like 100 million degrees and like
it's also like all the women in her life having really bad time with husbands being like, still I think that's what you should do. It's like, really? It didn't work out for you. How is like having money going to be any better? Like like a random roll of die.
Well, I mean, I think I'm trying to remember the screenwriter's name, but I think
Frank.
it's Eleanor Whitcomb is so smart to like take that thread and tie it up in one scene where basically her aunt says like, yeah, no, I married for love. That guy left me, and like now I'm nothing. I'm not. There's not divorce. I'm not a widow. I'm not anything.
It's a special sort of shame.
Yeah. And your mother married for love, and he became a drunk who brought you all to the desert.
And what's amazing is that, like, I think 2 years after this book takes place, so it takes place in 1901, and Australian women get the right to vote in 1903. So she's like right on the cusp of having actual representation and citizenship as like a human being in the country. And so prior to that, you are a man's property. You do what your man tells you.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you want to be a part of that?
So it's like it's like any new avenue. You have to carve a space to actually make it plausible. Like women working, even having a credit card, like that took until 1973 or something like that. You couldn't have a credit card.
Damn, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. My mom wasn't allowed to have a credit card until they allowed her to have a credit card.
Boy,
that's
howdy.
insane, right?
Yeah, a little bit, huh?
Like we just take it as a given that we can have as many credit cards as we want. And you
to our detriment.
Yeah, to our detriment. But prior to that, it was like, I don't know, little lady.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know how money works.
Do you have
They're little cars, but it's for big brains.
I don't know. That's a mighty big purchase for a little lady like you.
Yeah,
so
pretty nuts.
Even like 100 years later, it's still a struggle. So and that's just women.
But it also explains. I mean, not that. I mean, there's a certain intuition that doesn't need explaining, but just why all the men are like, why when I offer my hand to you, why do you not want
it? It's like, are you not paying attention? I'm saying you marry me, yes?
Yeah. Me man.
Me man.
Me man have cows. Me man have cows, have wife.
Yeah.
Why no want me? I don't understand.
Yeah, it's best illustrated in Frank of just like.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. We should talk about the suitors, but like so Frank Hawden is the first suitor who, who thinks like in the book seems to think he's in a romantic comedy where he's like, I'll just wear her down.
Yeah.
I'll just keep asking. I'll just keep pestering. I'll just keep showing up, and I'll wear her down.
She keeps saying no, but she can't mean that.
She's just a stupid girl.
Yeah, that I want to marry for some reason.
And take away to another continent where I live.
Yeah.
I like to think of it as this like, he's just like a foppish Englishman loser in Australia. He's out of place. He represents.
They play it pretty well in the movie.
The movie is so good in that regard. And it's just like, man, this weird English guy, get out of here. You're not Australian. You don't belong here. You're too fancy. And I think Sybil is just like...
He just wants to return with an Australian bride.
Yeah, this scene
look at the Australian I've tamed.
Yeah.
The scene in the movie where he's like singing I think it's Jerusalem or something. But like he's just like, oh.
Yeah, it's pretty nauseating.
He has he's so horrible. I love the actor.
Yeah,
he did a great job.
He did a really good job, yeah.
Perfectly hissable.
Yeah. It just popped into my head, but I just love that in the movie her hair is so wild and frizzy and untamed because she has naturally curly hair. And even that, like, they brush it out. They do like the 100 strokes of, oh, you'll have your beautiful glistening locks of hair if we just brush it. But it being naturally curly like that, the more you brush it, the more it'll frizz out. And it won't be tamed in that way. You have to wet it and gel it and, leave it alone. Like, leave her alone and the hair will look better. And so everything in the movie feels like that, where it's all the flowers surrounding her as she's blossoming and falling in love or trying to figure out what that means, and then, like, clamming up again when Sam Neill's character kind of ignores her for a bit, and then she has that, like, netting around her bonnet, and it's like she has this like cage around her face and her head, and she no longer has her wild hair and her blossoms. Just it's a perfect movie. It's beautiful. I wish every novel, even though it's short and it doesn't cover everything, I just wish every adaptation.
I think it certainly
like
gets
that.
to the heart of it,
Yes.
the novel. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was so excited. I didn't say earlier, but like I had seen the movie years ago. Like I saw the first Gillian Armstrong movie I saw was The Last Days of Chez New, and then I got on a little kick and saw like this and Oscar and Lucinda Ennia.
Oscar.
Amazing filmmaker. If you're not familiar with Gillian Armstrong's film, which is also funny that in the credits of this, it's just Jill, Gill.
I love
Jill
it.
Armstrong.
It's so cash.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah,
Yeah, I did that shit.
I did that. New woman, new wave,
Yeah.
new me.
Deal
Hell
with it.
yeah.
But in the same way that I reacted violently against the first 3 minutes of the new miniseries, like this, I was so
How does the miniseries open?
astonished with a scene that's not in the book, and I
Sure.
don't want to get into.
I mean, I already knew that was going
You're
to be the
already
case.
upset about how little of her childhood is shown in the film.
Yeah.
The series opens with like, here she is in her relatively normal, probably you could guess like, oh, maybe middle class,
Yeah.
like comfortable, a little,
Well, I have the context,
a
huh?
little odd, a little odd family or whatever, and
Sure.
then it's like, and next, and
Nice.
that's all you get.
Nice.
Of like, oh, well-doing, well-meaning parents, and they're nice to her, and blah, blah.
Jesus
And
Christ.
it's like, no,
Cool, man.
no, that's not what was happening.
She's rebelling against nothing.
Nothing.
She's not feeling intellectual like atrophy for any good reason.
Nothing.
Um,
It's insane.
Yeah.
I don't understand what the choices are.
But Gillian Armstrong's film, like even when it's like cutting stuff and like collapsing things and telescoping things, like I'm like, oh, I still feel that essence. I still feel
Yeah, that's how I felt.
yeah.
I was really sad because I really wanted to see the film version of her teacher like standing up for the kids. It's like, yeah, man, they're fucking exhausted. Yeah, they're not the brightest. They have a full job before they come to school.
Oh yeah, like when
I wanted
when
that tell off because
when
I thought that was
she's-
pretty basic.
Yeah,
Like,
young.
Because
Yeah.
she grows up in Possum Gully, and then she's sent to her grandmother's to basically be refined
Yeah,
a little bit.
Be tamed for sure.
And so, but it's nice because in the film, it's like the makeover scene of it all with her aunt. It feels so much more aligned with like, you have been struggling in poverty and dust for so long.
Yeah.
This is a moment for you to like feel a little more dignity and come into yourself and feel better with your body and your image.
Most
who you
starkly
are.
with the her taking like the smallest amount of food that first night, and they're like, take some more. And she's like, oh, okay, and takes a shitload.
Exactly. And then in the Netflix series, it's treated as this like, oh, I'm being gussied up. They're going to gussy me up for a man.
Sick.
And it's like in the film and like the book, it's about her kind of undoing so much of the harm that she inflicts on herself. And it's like, how are we now in 2026 having a film that already exists and a book that already exists, and they're so much more progressive and real and like aligned than this brand new woman-led project where I'm like, wow, that's what it's all about, is just looking good for a boy.
Honestly,
Like, what are we doing?
probably already a project they had, and they're like, we can make it work for this book, I think.
It's crazy. So I
Yeah,
lost my train
bummer.
of thought. Now I'm just mad.
Yeah, you're frothing at the mouth.
Now I'm just mad.
Sorry. I was just curious because I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah. Just rewatch the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Sam Neill, we've name checked him a couple times. So now that she's at her granny's,
Yes. Sam Neill arrives.
he's at a neighboring homestead or whatever you would call it, named Five Bob Downs.
Yeah, he's like the rugged man in charge of that business.
It is funny because he's described as, I think, a little bit more maybe Tom Hardy-ish in the book.
Oh yeah.
But Sam Neill is so charming that it's just
I forgive.
Yeah.
He's so much more prim and proper than I imagine reading it.
That is, that's my thought exactly too. But I was like, also it's Sam Neill, so whatever,
Like,
who cares?
Yeah.
His introductory shot is so good because she's up in a tree collecting blossoms.
Yeah. Singing her raunchy songs.
Yeah.
and he mistakes her for someone that works in the kitchen, and it's just, it's almost the opposite of like, the POV shot that goes up a woman's leg to the rest of her. It looks down on him, and then he's looking down and he looks up and he's just got that crooked, toothy smile on him, just like,
Sam Neill, he's here. And he's being a little creepy.
Yeah, it's a little leary, his gaze.
He's definitely being a man.
Yeah.
And you get that flavor of like, these are men.
Mm-hmm.
Men are gonna, flirt around and be weird with the kitchen staff, and they're not perfect gentlemen.
And then when he realizes who she is,
she tricks him.
Yeah.
She plays a little trick on him, and then
with a very funny Irish accent in the movie. Yourself.
And then just smirks at him all dinner of like, that's me. I'm actually the granddaughter.
Yeah, caught your ass, dude.
Haha. And of course he's into it. He's like, a challenge for my rugged, manly ways. But yes, so that all occurs. And at one point, just for like a synopsis moment, she gets word from her mother that loan that her father had taken out is basically coming up on being repaid. And so they can't pay for it. They can't afford any of their children. They can't afford anything. And so, like, Sibylla loses out because she took too long to find a man. So they have to swap Sibylla out, and she has to go work for these like really poor farmers and all their many, many children as like a governess figure and teach them and like work off her parents' debt, essentially. Not her own, her parents. And they swap Sibylla out with her sister, and so Gertie gets to go to visit Granny. And so it's just like this revolving door of like, can we get our girls out? Can we figure it out? It's almost like a more strangled Pride and
we're
Prejudice.
sitting on gold. We got to get rid of them somehow.
Well, that's the thing is like so it's almost like the whole premise is like, come to Granny's. We'll tame her. We'll find a lad for her. But the whole time she's thinking like, how can I expand my like creativity? And like when someone's like, oh, you could be on the stage, but it's funny because Granny's just like, no,
an actress
might as well be a streetwalker, basically.
And that's what it was like, because you were dependent on ne'er-do-wells and strangers, and you could fall into disgrace, and no society member would look at you ever again, and it's like, let's lighten up, guys.
So because she was too busy trying to go after something creative, she missed out on a man, and now she has to work for the dirty family, basically, like
which. Good for her. She hates physical labor. Like, hates it. So.
But it's also this amazing, because, like, I feel like, again, I'm scared to watch the rest of the Netflix thing, because it's like, okay, when we get to this family who are also poverty-stricken, they had money at one point, they loaned it out, expecting more to come back in, right?
Yeah.
But, like, they're not depicted in a kind light. It's very just raw. It's just like, this is what happens when you're poor. You're not refined. You're not going to be, the most welcoming and patient and, lovely, kind of family. It's going to be rough, and your kids are going to be crazy, and they're going to throw shit.
There's that scene in both the book and the movie where, Sibylla's like, well, this is my place to be like, oh, no, you shouldn't eat your potato with a knife,
but
use
Pa
a fork.
Does.
And but Pa does. And it's like, oh, well, this is a losing battle because like Pa does.
And so she has to experience kind of like an inverted version of like her granny telling her.
Oh, 100% it's a dose of her own medicine, but like kicked up a notch.
And so it's like, But even in the film, too, you get to see it soften, and they come to know each other and love each other and understand, and it's not about your manners.
That scene where they're reading the book as the wallpaper.
On the wallpaper. It's so beautiful.
So cute.
I love it. And they're like, oh, where's the next page?
Yeah, they're searching for the next page. Yeah, that was really good.
It's just this amazing thing of like, that's what Sibylla loves. It's what's in her heart. It's the fire that keeps her moving, is that like that scene with the wallpaper of like, that's an escape. That is the ability to read and to dream and to think that it's an escape from your like daily drudgery of milking constantly or in the dust and the dirt and the pain of it all. But you get to experience this like transcendent moment of just reading a story and sharing it with each other and loving each other. And it's like, that's what she's fighting for.
Yeah, an affordable escape that anyone can do, basically. Yeah.
As long as you can
You just
read.
have to want to know or know that you can do this. Yeah.
And everyone can learn to read in their own way. And it's like, she has to fight for that for like the common people, because the fancy folk aren't going to do it for them.
No.
And so you get to feel so much of Miles Franklin's like activism that like pushes forward in her life, and like socialism and, you know, fair rights for farm workers and all of that.
Saying a lot of scary things right now. really freaking me out.
Oh my gosh. Human dignity.
Oh, calm down.
Human dignity. Oh my God, we can't have that.
Simply can't.
Just marry a guy.
Yeah. Marry the first one that asks.
Just marry a guy.
But not one of these people that are walking the road and asking for like tobacco.
No.
Don't marry one of them.
No.
But
No.
Don't marry anyone below you, whatever that means.
Beneath your station.
England is a curse.
Yeah.
England is a curse.
Yeah.
Australia didn't have these problems.
Especially in Australia, yeah.
They didn't have these problems beforehand.
So yeah, as far as the story, that's kind of the three big sections, is like her growing up.
Yeah.
The moment that it's like, oh, I've got this reprieve, I get to go to Granny's and like live maybe a nicer life, and then the like getting sucked back into like, nope, your family has the debt and you are you're the Vig.
Yeah, the movie streamlines a lot.
Yeah.
But I did kind of miss the Gertie parallel relationship thing, because it's sort of flipped at times than it is in the book. Like in the book, she's like, I think both times she's excited to go, but in the book, her sister's like really bummed, because she's like, that's like her big sister. It's like probably her main friend, and she's just going to be like, she's happy to abandon her, and she's like, well, this sucks for me. I'm stuck with our parents that you hate, you know?
And Gertie's the more amenable sister who would benefit from it more.
Yes.
Kind of like the Jane to Sibylla's Lizzie.
Yeah.
In Pride and Prejudice terms.
Which we always put things in the
Of course.
But yeah.
I like the letter in the book where she just, you know, she's with the poor family, which are the Maswats or something like that. And she every week writes to her mother and basically is like, do you understand that they live in filth?
Yes.
Yeah.
I am not exaggerating. This is a filthy, filthy place.
Yeah,
they
in
live
the
in
movie,
filth.
she's like, does she expect us to believe this?
Oh, Sibylla.
And then her brother, who's basically the same age as Gertie, like basically writes and she's like, just stop it, because then she's mad at you, but then she takes it out on us.
Yeah.
And like yells at us because she's mad at you, and is kind of like happy that you're suffering.
Yeah.
But it kind of works out in the end for her, though. Like, she sticks to her principles. She doesn't marry, even though there is love there. It's just, you know, she wants that independence and that freedom to be who she is.
Yeah.
And I think it works out in a way. Like, we get Miles Franklin writing her books and, you know, doing all of that. So
I mean, if there's anything like a little bit more familiar about the movie, it is because of the crunching of everything. There's a lot more of the relationship between Sibylla and Harry, which is the Sam Neill character.
Mm-hmm.
So it
is a great
more
portion
of that
of
romance,
the book.
feel to it.
You get a very sexual pillow fight, I believe.
Man, that pillow fight.
Said.
That was my letterbox. So that is one of the best additions to this.
It's really kind of incredible.
Is like a 2-3 minute pillow fight between them. That's just like
heavy breathing,
and they're just exhausted. And it's like, you guys just made love, dude. This is crazy.
Laying in the field.
Yeah, if you have
just staring at each other, like,
I feel like
God.
the scene where she's mad that they're both wet should have been after that pillow scene, which is way more like sexually charged than falling in the fucking river.
Yeah.
And then anytime you see water, there's just water everywhere at Granny's, and just filmmaking as it should be.
Yeah, really, really kind of incredible film. That pillow scene though is
so
amazing.
Good.
Well,
it just comes out of nowhere too.
I listened to the commentary on that just because I was like, I just got to know like what the deal was, and it was like they're like pillow fight was in the screenplay, but the actual like what happened. You take this pillow, you take this pillow, now I'm going to see what you do. And then it was like, okay, you did that, that's what we'll film. So like,
that is what filmmaking is for.
Yeah.
We're going to film a pillow fight, and it's going to mean a lot more than it looks like.
It's going to surprise you how much this is going to mean.
And they're just both so like playful with each other and childish, and they can just be like childish in a good way.
Yeah.
Where they're just like they can play with each other and be friends, like that whole bit in the movie about like a friendship marriage, a love marriage. Like there are different types of marriages,
and they could potentially be all of those things in a different path, I guess.
I think if they had met like later in the century, that it probably would have worked out better for them. But then again, I doubt it. I think Sibylla would just always be her lone self. And move, because there's so many women who relate to this setup, where it's like maybe you do love somebody and you don't want to marry them because of all the pressures that come with it and yada yada. It's very hard to even now find partners that really see you for you and support you for what you want to do in your own life and be a partner. But yeah. Now I'm just thinking about the Whoopi Goldberg quote of "I don't want a man in my house" kind of thing. I don't want a man in my house. That's very Miles Franklin.
Yeah, true.
You stay outside where men belong.
Yeah, with the running with the pigs.
The nature writing is also really good in the book. Like, I don't often read a lot of Australian
But there's no
literature.
sunsets. There's no descriptions of sunsets in this book.
I think there are. There's the special notice in the beginning. There's like there will be no poetry.
I know.
There'll be no description of sunset, and then it's like there's a lot of it.
Because of that intro, I thought the intro preceding it in this version was also written by her.
Oh, the man who's like, a girl wrote this book.
Yeah. And it's like, I can't speak to the girlish notions. I leave that for the girlish readers. And I was like, oh, this is her. Like, wait, no, this is a real. Oh, okay, never mind. No, this happened.
Oh, Henry. Henry Lawson. It's so fun because
it's really an insane intro.
It is. I love keeping the ye old editor's notes in books and things, because you get such a peek into that's their marketing for it.
Yeah.
Because
he's basically saying, look, I'm one of the manliest men who ever walked the earth in Australia, and even I love this book. Even with all the girly shit, I love this book. And it's like, okay, that's one way to pitch it.
It's a scary title.
You do like this book, yes?
It's a scary title. Oh, woman in her career. And then it opens.
Oh yeah, then he'll be like, I have to know if this is a woman.
Yeah.
And she confessed to me that she is a woman. I'm
Don't
like,
get it
Jesus
twisted.
Christ, dude. my God.
But then it opens, boo-hoo, oh. It's very relatable.
Yeah, that's the tone that the book starts off with, and this miniseries is like, she's having a great time.
Yeah, she's fine. She loves her sister and her family are chill. It's like, no.
It's such a weird, why though?
And there isn't
Why?
even any mention yet in the first episode of her having, like, dreams and desires.
Yeah.
Like she says, "Oh, I'm an aspiring writer," but it doesn't
God damn it.
have the same weight of like, I need literature and art.
Yeah,
Well, and also
they
keep the paper away from me.
Yeah.
They keep the writing utensils away from me. Like to do this is actually difficult to execute.
Yeah, she respects both the poor and proper world, but she's like, neither of these are for me, really. I want to write. I want to experience my own thing. Seems like a pretty big point of the fucking book to me.
Yeah. Well, because there's so many constraints in society that keeps you from being real and true to yourself.
Yeah.
And like have full dignity. And then when you're poverty strucken.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's just different, and it looks.
Oh, I wish I could remember the line when she describes the importance of silver lining and poverty. It's really good in the book. It's like really early on. I can't remember. Fuck. It was like a really good quote.
Yeah, I'd believe it. I believe it.
It was something like there's something about life having a silver lining, but that's especially important to the poverty stricken. It's something like that. And it expands on that, but yeah.
Because it's like the hope for a more comfortable tomorrow.
Yeah. Which doesn't, in her opinion, just mean money. It means freedom.
Yep.
More importantly, but yeah.
Yeah. What a concept.
Yeah. Let's get rid of it. I don't want choices.
I don't want choices. I don't want, anything. I just want to go with the flow, let my overlords control everything.
Yep.
Look, I'm physically attractive, so I don't have to worry about things. Someone will keep me, and I'll be A-okay.
Yeah.
I have my notes from when I was watching the movie, and I just put in real big letters, agency. Agency.
Oh, I will say that the audiobook makes it really tough to like fully engage with the text. It's something about the narrator I stuck with. I think it's Megan Reese. Like she is fine, I think. Like it's a fine, like if someone was just reading a novel, it is fine. But it does kind of just like, I don't know, it gives it inherently more brattiness than I think is really intended.
Well, we haven't talked much about like the
enjoy.
performances in the film, but like Judy Davis brings such a nuance to like a bratty character.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Whereas I listened to a bit of that audiobook when I was trying to like get through bits when I was working last night.
I really got to just make more time and read these books, but I'm so fucking lazy.
And it really sounded like she was just like, I have the idea of what like a 14-year-old brat sounds like, and I will use that voice the entire book.
Honestly, it was kind of rough, man.
Yeah.
But I get it. It's like you are a brat, but like,
We
fuck,
all know
man.
a brat.
Fuck.
We all know bratty girls, bratty boys. We've been bratty.
And they only have one emotional color. They only have one sound. For however long the book was.
Again,
like 9 hours.
not a terrible portrayal, but it just, I don't know.
But what did you think of
pass.
Judy Davis in the film?
Oh, incredible!
Yeah.
Like, it helped me to actually be like, yeah, that's how it should have been. Actually, I think because like at the beginning of the audiobook, I was like, oh yeah, I'm really rocking with this person. Like, she's pretty fucking awesome. And then as it kept going, I was just like, oh my god, dude! Like, oh my god, oh my god, like, girl, please, like, you're not ugly. Like, fuck, dude. But then like internalizing all that, then seeing the movie, being like, oh, okay, my initial reaction was, I think, how it's supposed to be taken in. It just kind of got away from me because I was like, damn, dude, don't you have like one fucking friend that tell you that like, hey man, I think you're
Out
beautiful.
in the bush, you don't.
Yeah.
That is actually something that is a little bit also added for the film, but is kind of nice. Is that Aunt Gussie character that I was talking about? Which I hope I'm using the right character for that. But the one who, does her own painting, like has the birds, and she takes the it's almost like she's permissive because she sees that in Sibylla, but is also just like, but I'm stuck being the head of this homestead and basically that guy's mom. Like that's the role I have in society. Yeah. So there's that nice moment of where she's kind of permissive because she's like, I see you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But is also just like, yeah, maybe the way this world is, maybe you need to.
It really is kind of wild that like all the women, most of the women in the book are like, we're kind of doing our own thing. We're basically doing a version of what you want to do, but you don't want this. You really don't want this. You don't want this freedom. It sucks. You really don't. And I'm like, okay, sure, okay.
Because it's all conditional on what the men in their lives are doing.
True, it is.
Like they have to carve a space despite that.
Yeah.
And I think Sibylla wants true and real expression and freedom to do things her way. And there just isn't a structure or a mindset generally of like what that looks like.
That is true. They all, like, her aunt got it because her husband was like a jerk and left. So they got it out of technicality. I understand.
We haven't mentioned it because he's not really that instrumental in the story, but like the head of the household at Kattegat, where Granny is Uncle JJ.
Uncle JJ.
So it's the kind of thing like, if there was no Uncle JJ, would this world of women even be allowed to exist?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I think that's very, very clear.
If he wasn't sweet, lovable Uncle JJ, it would be a very different home.
For sure.
Yeah. And that sucks.
Yeah.
Because Uncle JJ might go off the rails someday, and you're just dealing with Uncle JJ talking about his cigars.
That is such a fun moment. Is like, your kisses smell like whiskey and cigars, and like, that's what makes them so appealing.
Yeah, it's like, what an intro, dude. I've met every version of you in the world.
Trying to think what else.
Yeah, I was going to say, is there any major things that we haven't hit? Because also, if you've gotten this far in the episode, like I said, we're having a screening of the film on the 22nd of August. Not a spoiler, I think, for our take, but we really hope that you come out because it is an excellent film. And hopefully, this has been enough of a teaser.
Read.
The music of the movie is quite beautiful, too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it just all around that movie. I kind of wish I'd seen this a while ago. It's kind of incredible.
Yeah,
life-changing. That's why I feel like I'm in the presence of some new energy, some life-changing moment here.
Something's happening with Allan.
Oh my gosh!
And the cinematography is by
the Red Bull I had
Don McAlpine, who went on to do a bunch of Baz Luhrmann movies like Moulin Rouge and. Romeo and Juliet and stuff. So
the other Australian luminary, Miles Franklin, Baz Luhrmann.
There's only two.
Nicole Kidman
and Hugh Jackman.
The other Australian
Hugh
you've
Jackman.
heard of.
Margot Robbie. Can we forgive her for Wuthering Heights? Though?
Not really. Not especially.
Those are all the Australians to exist, and Steve Irwin.
Honestly, that movie felt like how Wuthering Heights wanted it to be.
No, I think every movie should be more like Brilliant Career.
Yeah, it wanted to be that. It just couldn't even remotely achieve it.
It's one of those things, too. I forget if I said it on mic or if it was before. I listened to some of the interviews and some of the commentary for the Criterion edition of this. There's a part of her that was, like, not confident. She's like, I don't want to do a big, like, intimate epic, but like an epic for my first film. Like I'd rather do like a punk rock story or something like that, like something I know I can do. But the fact that she went there and just delivers, like this is a, I'm sorry to jump ahead, but this is a 10 out of 10 5-star movie. This is
100%.
Just an all-timer. Like,
yeah.
My God.
It helped me wash away the audiobook feeling. Again,
why,
not her fault. But
but no, that's why really good adaptations of things really matter.
yes.
Because
I had two battling adaptations, basically.
You had two battling adaptations.
Yeah.
One, like, spoiled it for you. Where you're
A little bit, yeah.
Where you're like, oh my God, this girl is annoying.
But I was like, I feel like I shouldn't be. The takeaway shouldn't be, oh my God, this girl's annoying. I was like, I feel like
you could
I'm
feel
missing something here.
The text itself was screaming at you.
I'm all these men she's talking about in this book. I'm like, what a way to find out. This sucks. And I was like, I feel like that's not what this book's about.
But
yeah.
I think that's why people get so, which is fitting for this podcast, people get really riled up about adaptations.
Yeah.
And they get very, very, like, stringent on, well, I only read the book, or I will only read it and then I will watch it, or I don't watch that because, all of these things. It's like they're both art forms. They are different mediums that tell stories in different ways. But when you have something like this beautiful novel and Gillian Armstrong just freaking
firing on all cylinders.
Firing it off and, renewing hope in the world through her directing.
Honestly,
Like, true, like, especially just, you watch a lot of bad movies in a row and then you watch this one and you're like, oh my God.
It made me feel like, have we lost the art of distilling something?
Yes.
Like, okay, you can't do the whole book. Let's distill it to what actually matters. Like, this is how you do that.
Yeah.
Like, did we lose that art? Because it's like, man.
And also talking, not even talking about tone or whatever, about the 6-episode miniseries. While reading this book, I was like, I don't know what would fill 6 episodes because so much of it is internal. So much is not going to translate to the medium. Like, what filler are you going to stick in? And it seems like they stuck a lot of filler in.
They put her peeing in the grass. She leaves a ball. She hikes up her skirt and she just pees in the middle of the lawn in the nighttime.
Cool.
And I'm like, yeah, that's definitely what she would be doing. That's definitely the story of a bratty teen who wants to go to the big city and be a writer. It's like disrespectful in a way. Like, I'm actually mad. Like, I need to.
Honestly, maybe the 2019 Little Women needed a scene where Saoirse Ronan just went outside and peed. You know, did you ever think about that?
To really highlight how wild and different she is.
Honestly, most of like modern adaptations feel like I just want an excuse to do a story I was already going to do. I can make it work with this, or someone being like, "You can do this. Here's an opportunity," and being like, I don't really care, but I guess I can make it work for me. Like, it doesn't feel like, I mean, I can't speak to it because I don't even know who's doing the miniseries, but like, it kind of sounds like they don't really have a passion for the novel.
I really couldn't tell you.
But I could be wrong,
And again, shout out to my women in filmmaking.
Yeah.
But you got to make good stuff still. You can't just. But yeah, I'm like, I want people to watch an adaptation and then seek out the book, like I did with Gillian Armstrong's.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, wow, this movie is amazing, and it was distilled, and the narrative structure of it is amazing. I'm going to seek out what inspired this.
Yeah.
And then you get to be blown away by a novel which takes such a different mindset and medium and form that you can, like, exist in it in such a different way. So it's like, I understand why people get riled up and upset about adaptations. I really do. I mean,
especially if it's really personal and they're like, that's not hot. Like, I'm about to be that fucking annoying ass person when they do Neuromancer.
I'm
that
currently experiencing a rage within me that I need to tamper and maybe read some more about why they made these choices.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be fair, but
I'm also trying to be fair because I just watched the trailer.
Yeah,
so
that'll be. Yeah, and I watched 3 minutes. But that'll be funny as if I get a call from you, Allison, being like, "All right, here's what you need to cut."
Yeah. Turns out we got ties to Netflix.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
All they need to do is like
The Netflix miniseries is great.
That'll be fun. I'll just cut that in.
Yeah.
What's your take, Allison?
The Netflix miniseries is great.
watch the Netflix. Yeah. Just piece it together.
Yeah.
What's your take? Ta-dum.
That sound traumatized my cat. He doesn't like watching TV now because it scared him one time.
It's got a lot of unnecessary bass in it, to
Yeah.
be fair. I think it's just to wake people up.
That honestly reminds me of this is kind of niche, but there's a certain era of United Artist Films where it has this kind of like paperclip logo that slowly turns, and as it does, there's this giant literally scared me. And like when I would start to see that paperclip UA turn, it like I would leave the room. I'd be like, I'll come back. Fiddler on the Roof can start in like 30 seconds as far as I'm concerned. Like
You and my cat Plum have a lot to talk about.
I mean, a logo intro should not be 2001 bone going into the air kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it, the THC one where it just...
Oh,
that one's
THX,
pretty
yeah.
wild, yeah. I kind of like that one, though.
That one's iconic.
It's an old school one.
Yeah.
Tiny Toon Adventures way back in the day did a parody of that I saw before I had actually seen the THX logo, but it was like that, and it like blows everyone away in the theater, and then it says like the audience is now deaf
It's pretty good.
instead of the audience is listening or whatever their tagline was. But
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mostly just kind of miss some of the things that I thought were interesting in the book. I was curious to see how they'd be in the movie, and was a little sad that they weren't there, but I forgave it because I understand every choice they made in that movie because it makes sense to me and it makes it better.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, fine.
And there's like a real poetry of image that I think almost every movie I keep trying to watch, it just doesn't, it lacks that poetry of image concept of like the blossoms in her hair, the increase of blossoms with the pillow fight, the use of water in small glasses or cleaning or
even that scene where she's sitting by the tree and Frank comes up to like be like, but like just the whole, because I think it's mostly played in one big wide shot. Just that whole shot is like, oh, this is people existing inside of a painting almost.
And she's up in a tree for the picking.
Yeah.
But she's not going to be picked, you know?
Yeah.
Like there's so much
message.
And like
Thank you, Keenan.
and as a visual medium, that is what each and every single frame, I believe, needs to inhabit. Even if it's an action movie, even if it's like, you know, a horror film or whatever, there needs to be that weight of image. Otherwise, it's a family home video. You're just pointing a camera at stuff. Like, I think it's less of a literacy crisis that we're having and more of like a narrative crisis. Like, we don't know how to tell a story anymore in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or it's maybe even that we don't know why the good stories work anymore. And just trying to copy some of the things you think are the reason is not really enough. You have to understand why it worked.
Yeah, or like the Miyazaki thing that he may or may not have talked about, where it's like in anime, a lot of people who are going into anime do it because they love anime and not because they have something they want to use the medium of anime to tell. And so it's like filmmakers going to become filmmakers because they like movies.
Sure.
And it's like, okay, what about the movies, what about the storytelling medium of film is inspiring you to now tell your story through the medium of film?
The millions of dollars you get. That's the only answer, I believe.
Well, for the artists and the lovers out there.
Oh, yeah, art too, sure, whatever.
But it's like, what like Miyazaki brings to a movie is like all of his backlog of bromances and mommy issues and love the environment and the war, you know, like the war trauma. Like he's bringing all of this conflict in his mind, and he has to do it through animation. It's the only way he knows how to express and like process it.
Yeah.
And it's like I just wish there were more films and like a culture of like this is what films are for.
That's sort of where that like auteurism stuff comes in, whether you like that term or not. It's like they keep remaking the same thematic idea over and over again because it's their therapy.
Yeah.
They're working through their own life.
Those film school brats are like basically sickos that are like, I got issues to work out.
Yeah. And don't we all, brother?
Yeah.
I was raised around gangsters and I'm Catholic, or
Scorsese's still trying to figure it out.
I'm effed up by my parents' divorce, and I like aliens, or
Steven.
Man, let's not talk about Disclosure Day.
And then whatever David Lynch was going through.
Oh, sure.
He might actually be fine.
I think he's fine.
I think he was just weird.
He's here in the room with us. He's the energy and the electricity, But, maybe that's just me being artsy and naive, but I think...
no, I think there's definitely some truth to that.
Yeah, like even like a big budget Marvel situation. Yeah. There are so much in the source material and so much love for these characters and like what they represent and what you can use them for. And, he's Spider-Man. It's a spider metaphor. He's a spider and a man.
Yeah,
he can be
he's
a man
going through
and a
spider puberty.
He's doing spider puberty, guys. But let's really not dive into that deeper. Let's talk to the Hulk. It's just like, give me more weird, gross spider puberty stuff.
Yeah,
and then
it seemed
to
be like
movie.
It was going to be like a major thing in the movie. It's just sort of a thing in the movie.
Yeah, like distill what that means for me and Peter Parker.
Yeah, he really should figure it out, huh?
Yeah. And then it's just all solved. It's just all solved away by being like, I can be both Spider and Spider-Man and man.
It's technically, that was always the case. But okay, sure. Did we learn anything?
No. It's a narrative crisis we're having.
Yeah.
People can read. People can figure it out. I don't doubt the intelligence of mankind. I think it's just a true narrative block we're having.
That reminds me, I was talking to, I think it was my doctor. Some doctor I got.
Shout out to Doctor.
Yeah. Shout out to Doctor. And was like, well, what do you do? I was like, well, I work as a bookseller, and I just wrote a book. And he's like, oh, that's crazy. Kids don't read anymore. And I was like, well, the kids I meet do.
We gotta move past like just these general blanket statements. It's like, of course they do, man.
Yeah, people be reading.
Just the one that you like, the cartoonish version of a kid you see in your mind's eye doesn't exist.
Oh, no, this doctor seemed very young, very hip. Knew what the kids were up to.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with the numbers, yes. It's still struggling. The kids who are reading read a lot, So it's like, what is it? What's the meme? Gregors or whatever. He's an outlier. I don't know.
I don't know this meme, dude.
Maybe it's an old meme because I'm an old lady now. But like, it's the same with Sibylla in the hut reading the magazine, stories. Yeah. Like, you learn to read at a certain point when there are no more stories for you to engage with that are meaningful and like light you up in a good way, where they're narratively, poetically, rich.
Yeah.
I think it's in our nature as humans to seek out those good stories, and as long as we just keep teaching people to read, I think they'll keep seeking it out. I don't have like a what is it? A doom and gloom, near future dystopia where books are gone and we can only watch made for reels video AI mashups,
Oh. Slop, you say?
Yes, AI slop videos.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like we're doing great.
We're doing great. Yeah. There was slop in the 19th century. There will be slop in the future.
It's very true.
Anyway, that's me on my soapbox.
Well,
Go read books.
That's a great place for us to segue into our final round. Did you like the book? Did you like the movie? Which is better? We're going to do them all at once because I think we liked a lot of things. So, Allison, did you like the book? Did you like the movie? Which is better?
I love the book. I love the movie. They are different mediums. They are both perfect.
Sort of a non-answer, but we'll take it. We'll take it.
Okay. Okay. I think for me, oh my gosh, come back to me.
All right.
I don't know if I can pick one over
right.
the other.
All right.
I can definitely pick one.
Well, we'll move on to Allan. Go ahead.
I think in theory, I really like this book.
Mm-hmm.
My own laziness and my own.
This is not the first time you've said this story either, where you're like, I really should have read this.
Keeps coming back to me.
Well, the good thing is
if I had had her thoughts in my own head, I guarantee I would have felt quite different about the book. Because I was rocking with it at the very beginning. I
literally had a moment last night when I took a break from receiving and I turned off the audiobook and I started physically reading it again. And I was like, that's better.
Yeah.
Like literally the voice in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a better way to do this. Yeah.
Because it's good writing.
Yeah. What I have been trying to work myself, because I do still read stuff, but like when it's for the pod, I'm doing other shit. So I do an audiobook. But I think
sorry listeners, but like cramming in one episode of these a month is still pretty hard when you have a real job.
Quite challenging. So in theory, I think I really did enjoy this book, but the film is what really allowed me to actually realize the things that I did like about it and was kind of suppressing because I was so kind of annoyed by certain portrayals, I guess. And so to me, the movie is the better thing because it made me realize I enjoyed the book, if that makes any fucking sense at all.
Like for me, I saw the movie first and the movie brought me to the book.
Yeah.
And then the book just exists like in my DNA now.
Yes.
Like there's something about both kind of coexisting together almost as like a unit for me because it's such a good adaptation and it brings so much life and like realness to the voice in the novel as well.
Yeah.
I think
and you get to hear her internal thoughts actually when you go to the novel after the movie. I think that's I probably should have watched the movie first, honestly. If I could go back and watch the movie and then read the book.
Like it's really an example of just two great successes in my mind of like I adore the movie, but I do think you have to read it. Like you have to read the book, you have to hear all of her voice. And it's funny and it makes me laugh hard.
Yeah.
And it's just so, you get so much more from the book, obviously. But when you pair it with the film, it just comes to life even more.
I was going to say earlier, I usually am a bit bummed when it's like such a first-person account and then they don't have any narration or any way to translate that in the movie. But this is one of the times where I didn't feel that was missing because I was still kind of fully getting what was happening and what she was thinking. Obviously, I had the base of knowing what's happening while watching it, but I think it really works in that regard that it didn't feel like I was missing that narration. I usually do feel I miss it.
Yeah, it's kind of fascinating because also the movie does give you like, other like a little bit of other perspectives, like scenes where she's not involved, and so therefore it wouldn't be. Yeah.
Oh yeah, when he's like hanging back with Aunt Gussie or whoever her name is, we can't remember.
Yeah.
The other aunt.
And she's like, "Oh, play it cool," and he's like, "All right, I'll play it cool." Like that was an interesting little scene,
Yeah, 5-star movie.
Yeah.
10-star book. Yes. What about you?
This is tough because I do actually feel like it is. They're both excellent.
Yeah.
They're both super excellent. And I think there's the part of me that almost wants to put the achievement of so expertly adapting the book as like the slight edge because it's so expert. But I mean,
it's an additional art form.
But it wouldn't exist without the
true.
base of a great novel.
They go arm in arm.
They do
into the sunset together.
Yes.
So maybe I'll just abstain, and then we'll see what Tyler says, and if he breaks the tie.
Wow.
If it isn't, they're both perfect. I'm suing.
Well, I could tell you, Tyler's going to love that movie. There's no chance he doesn't love that movie.
No,
we'll see what he thinks about
that would almost be me setting up.
Yeah.
So to be slightly less disingenuous, I think just because spending so much time on this podcast and dealing with so many adaptations that either like sort of get it or don't get it or whatever.
Very refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
It so nails it. And it's already an excellent book. And I'm so glad that you have republished it in a like attractive edition, because if you look at all of them, apart from like long out of print movie tie-in editions from the 70s, there's not very many good looking versions of this book. So
Thank you.
Agreed.
Yeah. So definitely seek out the novel, but also come to our screening at the Los Feliz 3 on Saturday, August 22nd at 10:15 p.m., where we'll be introducing the film, which I am now going to say, no matter what, has won, because I'm going to vote for the film.
You are the movie guy.
It's true. So it gets a slight edge.
I'll vote for the book.
Yeah.
And purchase the book anywhere books are sold.
Yeah.
It's true.
But no, it's true. It's a little baby, precious baby.
All right, so I'm gonna. Here's the spot where if Tyler does record something, we'll drop it in. Tyler, talk now.
I'm Tyler, and I think the book is amazing, and the movie's cool too.
Right.
Wow, very good opinions, Tyler. So happy you shared those.
And probably the movie one. We gotta guess that Tyler's gonna go for that.
They both win, you know?
That's
Love wins.
the perfect way of putting it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wins. Love wins.
Love,
Love
wins.
Love is the last dimension? What is it, Interstellar? Love, what the fuck was he trying
Love
to say?
is the fifth dimension.
It's something like that.
But yeah, so thanks so much for listening. I hope you had a good time. Hope you read the book. Hope you go see the picture with us, which when this drops will be like 2 days from now. And if for some reason you missed it, watch it on the Criterion Channel or Canopy or what. You know how to watch movies.
Figure it out.
Certainly
dude.
hope so.
I think it's on HBO Max too.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
You're listening to a podcast. You can figure out HBO Max. Thanks so much for being with us, Allison.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Is there anything you want to plug?
Smith & Taylor Classics. We got them.
Mm-hmm.
There's many other titles too, so there's plenty to choose from.
Are there any ones that you're excited for that are in the pipeline, that are on the way?
So we have Dodsworth coming. That one's really cool.
Also was made into a film.
Yes.
Way back in the day.
Yes. So maybe you can have me back, because I love it here. It's
For
fun.
Dodsworth? Right.
Everyone's favorite film. We're doing Jane Eyre. Jane Eyre is very exciting. I'm going to do 5 Little Peppers.
Ooh, what's
next year.
Yeah.
It's I wanted to get more into children's kind of like for children's literature, because a lot of women at the time in like the 19th century and so forth, they were relegated as children's writers. Like if you're a little lady, you're a woman, you write for children. That's like your domain. And so a lot of like women authors were expressing their literary talent and like expression through works for children.
Well, that's one of the only options. Marry a man or become a teacher.
Yeah. So I want to do 5 Little Peppers and how they grew, and it's by Margaret Sidney, because it's my mom's favorite book.
Oh, that's sweet.
It's my mom's favorite book. It's kind of like Little House on the Prairie, but like East Coast. They're like a small family. They hit hard times, and it's kind of the story of like what they do to stick together. It's one of those kinds of children's series where it's like, Polly got a fever and she went blind.
Yeah.
What are we going to do? And so it's this like, there's like this whole side of the book of like, oh my gosh, what's Polly going to do? She needs to lay down in a dark room with a cloth over her eyes, and I'm going to sell my hair, and Christmas with Marmee, you know, like it's like that. And it's so...
Oh, I need to lie down in a dark room with a cloth over my eyes.
Yeah. Me
Let's
too.
bring that back.
Yeah. It never left, man.
Yeah. I know.
And then I believe Under the Greenwood Tree is coming later this year. That's Thomas Hardy. So you have like Tess, so heavy, so sad.
Of the D'Urbervilles.
Of the D'Urbervilles, yes. Or like Jude the Obscure, whatever. Heavy, sad, gorgeous, beautiful, classics forever, you know. But Thomas Hardy also wrote, like, one of his earliest novels was Under the Greenwood Tree, and it's about Dick Dewey. That's
Incredible name.
That's his real name.
Incredible name.
And Fancy Day. And they fall in love in a small village. Wow. And it's all about the church choir in opposition to the new church organ they're bringing in. So all of the traditional musicians...
It's going to revolutionize the way we do choir.
And they're so worried about the church organ ruining their traditional, you know, Mellstock choir and their little instruments and how they do things in this town.
Oh, my God, that's so funny.
And Dick Dewey's part of the choir, but he falls in love with the highfalutin school teacher from out of town. And so it's like a love quadrangle with Fancy.
Interesting.
Dick Dewey's just a normal guy, and he's just got a heart full of love. But it's a short, sweet, beautiful little novel, and you get to see Thomas Hardy in like a more lighthearted mode, where it's not so. Because later he'll go into like the more heavy, you know, societal struggles and, you know, all very important things. But this one is just so like.
More comedy of manners almost?
Yeah, where it's like, we're a choir and we're worried about this church organ, and all these men are trying to marry Fancy, and Fancy's just trying to figure out her life as a school teacher. And there's a character that talks about shoes as if like he knows the character of a person based on their shoes. So he'll look at any shoe, because he's a cobbler. And so
of course
he can like, he'll see Fancy's shoes and just be like, I know what kind of lady that is. So it's just full of so many good characters. So you can plug that one if you want.
Well, you just did.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
So yeah, check out the upcoming Smith & Taylor classics. Get this one if you ain't got it. Come see us at the Los Feliz 3. We'll be back next month with another episode of Better Than the Movie. There's a lot of things we've been bandying. Potentially we could be doing Fat City. Potentially we could be doing Coyote versus Acme, because technically that was based on a article or something. There's so many things we could do.
Let's slide into technicalities.
But come back and see
also,
us sometime.
we're definitely going to do Neuromancer at some point.
Yeah, when Neuromancer happens, we got it.
Can I do the last line of the book? With much love and good wishes to all. Good night. Goodbye.
That's great. That's pretty good.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Skylight Books podcast series. We hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to check out the book featured in this episode, or others, please visit skylightbooks.com. If you're in the Los Angeles area, stop by for one of our live in-person author events. You can find a calendar on our website. If you like this podcast, leave us a review. It really helps us out. Our music is by Duck the Piano Wire. Till next time.